Hello, good morning everyone. How are we doing today? I wanted to jump on just for a quick stream to say hello, check in with everyone, how their experience is in the game. I'm obviously also looking at my dashboard to see how server health is looking, and cautiously optimistic is still my standpoint. As people from the US start to get home from work, I think the server's going to get a real workout. So we'll see. What's up, CJW Pro Star? Hi, Monk. How you doing? Poo Poo Pee Pee Guy 1. Hi. Hey, Novlol. You did hear a Slack ping before. I've turned off my notifications. What's up, Ken CWL? We got Ninja Scyther 2 here. Accelerated Games. This guy on the grind again. Yes. I did get the hard word put on me from studio management. That sounds really different. So studio management is not really the way I would put it. My colleague Johan, he's the COO, but he also is a UI programmer, and he's, everyone's really in the mines working on the game. He was like, dude, take a break whenever you can. And I will. I promise I will. Not now, though. Too much adrenaline, too excited. So we've got another big day ahead of us. It seems that even on my VPN, I'm streaming okay. So I'm gonna keep my VPN connection so I don't lose access to the dashboard. Seems to be working good. What is up? How are we doing? Oh, we don't even have any lights on. Okay, one sec. I love watching Hamish's stream, so chill. I did so I like kind of doing things very grassroots. At some point I'll do some higher video production things and that sort of stuff. We'll get there. Speaking UI, does Whisper just not work at the moment? No, there's still some issues to fix there. Would you guys consider adding a tutorial for each character when someone plays them for the first time, like teaching them kicks, defenses, and stuff like that? Yeah, I would say that there's still a lot of onboarding and stuff we want to do. We're very aware, for example, of the step up from contender to adept. There are a lot of ideas floating around on our side about how we want to improve the onboarding in the game. And to be fair, this is going to be an ongoing thing that we want to add into Fellowship, making sure that the game is welcoming and accessible. And, we'll keep improving it. I use Dota as an example a lot. For a long time, the game had basically no tutorialization, years. And then they started adding some really good things in, and I think it really helps. And we will, I'm not saying it'll take us years, but we want to definitely have those things coming in. I've noticed there's a big difference in experience in the player base, and I see a lot of flaming and frustration in keys on both sides. Yep. No, we hear you. Can you add a second Sylvie? I want to heal again from the beginning. Oh, Leaving. That's a really good endorsement. That would be cool. Hi, YouTube people. Artem and Joey, thank you for hanging out with us today. Nobika, hi. Espen Nord. I was just about to ask the same as Mac Daddy Ewok. Mac Daddy Ewok, a first time chatter. Welcome. Hello. I and others are unable to link Twitch for rewards. I switched from my Ubuntu Linux install to installing Windows, then Steam and Fellowship. I could claim the horse, but could not link to Twitch. Reddit blew up on it too. Nothing happens when it is clicked in the Arc launcher as directed. So that seems to be something that's happening as of this morning. Since the patch, I think. So I put this in our war room on Slack about an hour ago, and the team are looking into that right now. Let me just double check to see if there's any things on that. Okay. I'll give you like as much transparency as I can. So let me just kind of read this and just kind of skim to make sure I'm not giving like too much. One sec. Okay, it looks like they're getting to the bottom of that issue and they're reproing it 100% of the time. So it looks like reports of this started coming around 6 to 7 a.m. Pacific time. So what is it now, Pacific time? 1 p.m.? So about 6 hours ago. So we are seeing it. So yeah, thanks for the reports. And the server lag issues. What specifically Dan's doors? Everything on my dashboard right now in terms of server health is looking good. Looking good. Do you have any open positions for programmers? Not right now. We're just really focused on getting the game working as good as it can. We're it's only been what 5 days. I've lost track of days. Do you have dashboards for player count on each server? Yeah. We cannot link Twitch accounts. Yeah. So 6 or 7 hours ago, we started seeing those reports. We are working on that right now. The team have like 100% repro on the issue, so hopefully they can get a fix ready ASAP. If that fix is done soon, there's a potential. And again, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver, so please be a reasonable human and realize that I'm trying to just kind of give you as much transparency as possible. We do have a quick maintenance tomorrow in about 24 hours. No, not in 24 hours. Let me just check. We do have a quick maintenance, it's going to be more like a weekly server maintenance type thing. And the timing for that is 10 CST, 9, yeah, in about 12 hours. So I think there's a quick server maintenance in 12 hours, so that'll be nice and quick. The reason we're doing that is, a couple of little server health things, but we're going to be deploying the trims for leaderboard positions. Yeah. So that's coming. Can you read my Discord message? That would help a lot. I DM'd you. I don't know which one is from you. I've got a lot. Yeah, I don't have time to go through all of those. Thoughts on folks leaving dungeons before completion because they're just trying to beat the clock and won't. I don't love it. We are definitely looking at ways to kind of encourage positive player behavior, but we need to kind of balance that with an understanding that life happens. So, if people have to leave a dungeon, what's the kind of optimal player experience that we'd want to have happen going forward? If someone has to leave a dungeon because, the house is on fire, or, you know, someone's at the door that's really important, you know, whatever reason, your baby's crying, right? For example. Um, and that person has to leave. We don't want to then be like, well, no, you're banned, you know? Um, and conversely, we don't want people to able to be serial leavers. So there's systems on our side that we definitely want to figure. It affects other people's things. So there's a lot we need to do that. You're making a commitment. Yeah, a little bit. But then you also have the other side of the thing. Like maybe you all group up, these, you know, these 4 players, and you realize that for whatever reason you might not have the mechanical skill just yet to complete the dungeon in time or at all, and that's okay. Like we don't ever expect that everyone's going to be able to do everything all the time without fail. That's not a game that I would want to make. So in those situations, if you all decide to leave, why would we penalize all of you? So there's a lot to kind of think about. There's a lot of details and a lot of levers and things to move and figure out what that system looks like. But we definitely hear people on that. Well, we'll be able to change weapon skin and color. Eventually, we're looking to develop that. Yeah. Yeah, there are like bugs with being able to whisper people and that sort of thing, but we are getting closer to fixing those things. We're getting there. This is the thing. Like, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, what's on fire, right? Today is a good day. We have no queues. That's not a small feat. Look, I mean, people are coming back from the US soon. I mean, people are coming online. I'm cautiously optimistic. So we will see. It's one of those things, and like I mean, I guess it's similar in my job compared to like server engineers. When you're doing a good job, well, when you're doing a bad job, you're like public enemy number 1, right? That's just a fact. But when everything's good, no one says a thing. It's in some ways kind of thankless, but that's the ideal situation. No one should say anything if things are working properly. Please tell me you're going to move away from adding more spikes on future skins. It looks so bad. So Knighthood, I mean, we're going to be adding variations of a lot of different styles. And everyone has very different subjective opinions about what skins they would like. So the thing for us to do would be create more skins of different variations and these sorts of things. While I'm kind of getting into the game, so I had a call with Johan, who is, like I said, he's our COO, also a programmer. And when you work at Chief Rebel, you have to get your hands dirty and do a bit of everything. All of the editable HUD stuff, a lot of that, and progression features and those sorts of things go through Johan. He's working on those. We spoke literally about 30 minutes ago about buff filtering as a kind of number 1 priority. Not a number 1 priority, high priority. So on that, what we might do is, as a first kind of stop, create an important buffs module in the editable HUD. That won't be like per buff filtering. It'll be things that we basically greenlight. We're playing a lot of Mako and a lot of Mara, and I mean, that's the 2 heroes I'm playing at the moment. And very quickly, your buffs bar makes no sense. So what we'll do is we'll just basically curate on our side what we think is important for different roles, and we'll just be like, here's what we think are the important buff things that you need to look out for. Then what we will do is work on a per buff filtering system that we can get out to people. That's going to take a while longer. Tromalama, I'm good. Whoa, Tiddles! Thanks for the raid, my guy. That's so nice. Hopefully, wait. I'm not doing the calculations of what time it is. You're central. right? Oh yeah, afternoon. Nice. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for rating the channel, and also like thank you for enjoying our game. I was listening to the Bench podcast last night. I love that you just open with the fellowship section. Um, I it's kind of wild, honestly, that I feel like we've hijacked your podcast a little bit sometimes. You're up to 8,600. Oh, did you see him scrap his gear on accident? I did. Tittles actually sent me that clip, and I did have a big chuckle. Well, I see a sneaky dev stream. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go off in like an hour and a half. I've got a meeting that I need to go to, but I wanted to kind of just jump on here, talk with all of you, and you know, just let you know where we are at with things. Sometimes this is like the easiest way for me to get messages out to all of you. We obviously like we have a lot of written stuff, but I think sometimes it's easy to have contextual conversations here. The other part of it is I like to be able to listen to you. If I'm just kind of blasting out messages to all of you and not kind of listening to what you're saying, I think that's poop. I don't think that's the way that this job should be done. Different community people have different ideas about how to do it. This is my approach, and hopefully it's something that works for you guys. Do you consider adding raid type content in the future? Yeah. Would we be able to queue for specific dungeons and levels? So Protege, we'd actually done that before. And there are reasons why just simply doing that doesn't work. Effectively, right now, what you have with our league system is we are getting people into 4 matchmaking buckets, which has a lot of benefits for queue times. If you then, any granularity you add beyond that just increases queue times. It's just a fact. It's math. So we used to have it so you could free pick difficulties. So you had, instead of the 4 we have now, you had effectively like 28. And queue times just blow wildly out. So it's one of those things that we need to manage and balance and kind of figure out, but we will get there. Eternal matchmaking when? We are working on it right now. It's going to come. 100%. Thoughts about a pause vote option? Sometimes IRL things happen. Interesting. I do like that in Dota. And I think it would work better here because people don't... they don't necessarily benefit by unpausing. Like you know how it is. That's a good idea. Capstone queue win. So this is, I think, a good bit of community feedback about that kind of UX flow here, where, and I've said this even before we got open. I feel like right now all of this makes sense, and then you get to capstones and it's like there's something in the UX flow that doesn't really work for me, and I know that it doesn't work for everyone. I think there's something better we can do here. But again, I'm not saying we have the answers for that sort of stuff. Any plans to change matchmaking to be based on rating, not eye level? As hard to get rating for some dungeons at times. I don't know. It's possible. Hamish, are the trims based on top percent? Oh, so sorry, I missed that. It's gone now, that question. Yeah. Yeah, but you said, I think platinum is based on 0.1%. I need to kind of check the actual math on it. I thought that maybe for a while, platinum specifically was based to a hard number. And I don't think I'm getting it, because for Mako it need to be top 30. And I'm 12,579 on the Mako leaderboard. But I need to check. close to top 30. I could make it. I could do it. Yoda's 4th. Look at him go. Is there a way to make enemy health bars smaller? Wait, yeah? Yeah? Do we still have that? Yeah, nameplates, size. You can do that. You can change them. And you also have your global UI scaling as well. How do you guys plan on increasing people who play tanks, love the game, but long queues for a dungeon game? I mean, we've buffed tanks generally. So hopefully that's one thing. It's going to be like a number of different things to get people playing tanks, I think. I honestly think it's a lot of anxiety about, you know, knowing what pulls to do and that sort of thing. There are some external tools for like route planning and stuff. We are thinking, and I've talked about this before, I have a little bit of apprehension about putting too many things in game that basically play the game for you. I do not like that approach. So I don't want us to get even close to that. But if you had a way to view routes that you've found on another website in game, like if you could be like, oh, I see that this route that I have already pre-selected has these things highlighted, then that might be one thing that could help tanks to have a bit, yeah, a bit of visibility. I just don't want... No, I'm not ready. I'm definitely not ready. This Sylvie has gear, but like, I don't have the gear for that. But I'll do whatever. I think, yeah. I don't think that's gonna work. We'll try again. I'm a tank main, I just need to learn the map routes so my team will be a little less upset with me. Yeah, there's a lot of anxiety around that kind of stuff, so I get that. Are you happy with the damage balancing between the classes? In general, I think the team's pretty happy with it. I think Wormheart's the play here. Give me that gear. Oh, Q dodges. Ah. Hang on. See, this I don't like. Absolutely loving the Helena buffs. Great tweak. Yeah. Glad to hear it. The difficulty jump from contender to adept feels extreme. Are there any plans to adjust that? Yep. We've been thinking about things we can do on our side for that, for sure. Yeah, so Mirador, we actually spoke about that. That's one of the next things that's going to be a priority for us on the, okay, this is annoying. A priority for us on the editable HUD features is to add some buff options. So the first iteration of that will probably just be a curated list of like important buffs that we deem important for specific heroes. That's going to be the fastest way to get something meaningful in. Then what we will do is look at creating like a per buff customizable tracker that you can then get into. People dodging the div? They're like, this, who is this scrub? I don't want this guy tanking my dungeons. Yes, Eternal Matchmaking will come. We're working on that right now. Any plans to allow Ilarion to jump while casting? I don't know. That's a very niche request. I haven't heard that one before. Could be. Tuned in late. Thanks for the duplicate answer. I mean, yeah. What are we going to do? Expect everyone to be here all the time? Right at the start? That's not a thing. Friendly nameplates? That would be cool. All right. So I'm going to lock in and try and get this dungeon done. Why do I only get the same 3 dungeons in the queue? That's some RNG. Or you shouldn't be getting the same 3 dungeons every time. But it might just appear that way. See, I don't know the pulls here. I'm guessing. I would actually... I mean, to be fair, I could have gone to an external tool and... Oh, no, that's really bad. I don't have my, I didn't... I have to be a clicker. Alright, my... Well, I didn't die first, but... Okay. This is the per character keybinds thing that we absolutely need. Try and get the rest of my things done in between. When will you reveal the next hero? Let us cook a little bit. You want me to use Earthfist Barrage? I actually haven't looked at my talents. This Hamish guy buffing Maker so he can progress further? Yeah. I wish. Look, I'm in no rush. I know that over time, my progress will tend upwards. That's just kind of the way stuff works. I want to take these. Yeah. Okay, it was too much. All right, healer's left. Okay. I think all right. Healer is gone. Now I feel better with my tanking. Oh, I'm no good. This is a fact. You don't come here to watch good gameplay. How do you mark your teammates? Oh yeah, I can show you that. So you just you can use control groups. So control 1 through 5 will mark your hero. Was the server cap raised? Yes. It did. So we currently have no queues anywhere. Really good. America's coming online, which is interesting. You come here to watch good gameplay? No, you're in the wrong place. Is the game worth grinding? I mean, I think so. No queues, fell off. No. Actually, we're kind of close to our peak CCU. We have just upped the capacity a lot. So we're kind of cautiously optimistic that the stuff we've done is holding. What's the region split? It seems like the majority of players are EU. No, I mean, right now it is. But America isn't back from work yet. You already going to bed? Yeah. Is Twitch linking broken? Yes, and we are working on it. You guys are working so quickly on everything. Thank you. We're trying. It's never quick enough though, right? You want anything that's broken to be fixed straight away. That's just, you know, because when you enjoy something, you want to be enjoying it as much as you can. Any plans to make the UI more centered? It drives me crazy that the elements aren't symmetrical. I would love some more kind of alignment tools. In the same way, like with Adobe products, or, you know, no, just not Adobe products, but like, I mean, in Photoshop or InDesign or Illustrator, I really like that you can, you know, align vertically or horizontally or distribute things, that sort of thing. We have, so Everwake, we've started introducing those things. So you actually have personal, like frame sizes, like for these ones, personal and target. We'll have party ones soon. Oh, missed that. Quicker way to leave dungeons than clicking on the top left would be nice. I fear that, like, if you're asking for like a leave dungeon hotkey, I don't know.
This looks fun.
Then it'll be like, oh, I accidentally left the dungeon. I don't know. There's some things that maybe we want to be not the fastest. I'm already getting like reports of people being like, oh, I accidentally scrapped a lot of stuff, can you help me? People don't want to go slow. And I get that, but some things maybe we don't want to make this like the fastest. I don't know. But as a point of feedback, I hear you. I mean, when stuff like that is happening as feedback, I get really happy because it means that there's details that people are looking for, and we're not talking about other stuff. When can we expect more classes in the game? Don't really have an answer for that one just yet, though I do sometimes wonder. So I'm actually interested in your feedback here. When we do add classes to the game, would you think it would be better to add them one by one or in like a bigger kind of content drop? And I'm not saying what would you prefer personally. I guess that's easy because people just want stuff as fast as possible, right? But what do you think would be better for the game? Like, let's think about other challenges that we'll have going forward. Like, what's going to be a more re-engaging thing for players? Little and often? Or, you know, big drops? It's just something I wonder about. Because, yeah, 1 by 1 gives you more, like, points of communication, right? One new hero every 3 to 6 months would be good. Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. Oh, I keep forgetting about my weapon ability. Oh yeah, I didn't even look at my damage. My damage as a proportion is way higher today. Just in general. I think inactivity timer was raised, should feel still feels short. It's double, it's 10 minutes. But it shouldn't matter either right now because we have no queues. So Joker, we actually talked about this a little bit earlier. So I was speaking with our COO slash UI programmer slash bit of everything. And we do want to focus on some buff stuff. So the current thinking is that we'll have like a first implementation, which will be like a curated list of buffs that we think are important because we want to get something in quickly. So we can kind of, you know, for me, I'd be able to track my the buffs that I get. So this one and this one, and I can always kind of see those. And maybe, you know, my stone shield. And then in the future, we'd love to add her buff tracking that we can look at. Oh, I didn't think they were gonna kick the room. Good morning, how you doing? You guys have putting minimap in the priority list. Not as like a high priority, but it'll come. I think. We have some other map things we're working on too. I think that means we have to take out the golem pack. Should be enough count. Even though we don't love this pack. Is there a link for your Mako layout? I should have it available. Oop. I can grab it in a sec. just says he's not really a fan of roadmaps. No, I don't like roadmaps. We can talk a bit about that. But in general, I think when people say like roadmaps, they're asking like, what are you working on? And that question can be answered in different ways. So I'll be making a bunch of content that will talk about, you know, what we plan to work on going forward. That's not a problem. I'm top damage, let's go! Not anymore. That was my bad. Haven't done this boss in a while, so I'm not really thinking straight. Okay, gotta lock in. Sorry, chat. Alright. Oh my god. It was just off cooldown. Can I get a res? Boss is hard with no interrupts, yeah. You are blessed to witness your ascension, and your intrusion cannot go unpunished. That's gonna like really hurt me. No interrupts! Oh, that was me. I had my interrupt back up. Here I am, like, being a blamer. That was me. Really need some kicks. Someone kick a place! There we go. Don't resurrect me now. Is there any chance we'll be able to see the talents people use on the leaderboard? That'd be cool in the future. going from contender to adept is a big jump at the moment. Yeah, we're definitely aware of that. Okay, look, look, I just gave them a tip. Now I can see their interrupt. Great, I can save mine for Frigid Mists. Great. Okay, that's good. Okay, so the first 80% was very smooth. Ouch. Okay. Got my battle resolve. I need it. Oh god, that was close. That's gonna kill me. Need to get my shield up. Yeah, there we go. Lock in! Are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get it? Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Oh, I didn't have it. We probably have enough. Oh no! Oh, my team. My team saved it. I really goofed there. Almost a team wipe because I got it wrong. Woof! Okay. How many people are actually playing this right now? Quite a lot. I mean, Steam charts will tell you, 35,000-ish. I would have soloed that last few percent. I don't think so. Ooh. That is a thick chest. You like my UI? Okay, I can... Will you try to balance the game more because the jump from these levels are too big? With randoms, it's too hard and they're leaving instantly. We have that on our list of things to address. You know, we don't know exactly what that'll be. Do we change the balance of Adept as it is? Do we slow down some of the enemy mechanics coming in really hard? But then also then if we have them on the bosses, they might stop things. It might just be a general balance thing. Do we create a new league between Contender and Adept? I don't know. We have to see. Could be a lot of different things. Any news on when the 0.1% rewards hit? That's going to be in about 12 hours. 11 and a half hours. We're going to do a quick maintenance and those things will go out. Please, we need a roadmap. We are not going to do a roadmap. I don't like them. Do you want me to explain why? I've explained my kind of stance on roadmaps a few times, but you might be new here and I'm totally down to go through it again. If people want to hear my spiel about roadmaps. Jackie Chung, hi, really love the game. Don't know if you already responded to this, but maybe for the friends list to see if people are already in a dungeon already. But yeah, so that'd be cool. Exclamation roadmap. Yeah, I could have that in there. Do the roadmap fireside chat thing. All right. Chat, let's talk about roadmaps. Is this good for solo players? Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff in here that is great for solo players, and we definitely want to keep adding things to make it more welcoming to solo players. Can I share my interface code? We'll go through my interface, we'll talk about roadmaps, and then we'll get back into gaming. Okay. Is it still here? File not found. All right, give me a sec. There we go. How do you think this game will be in the long run? I mean, all we can do is make the best game that we can. I'm excited. I think if we focus on the core premise of the game, we're going to be in a really good spot. Is the Twitch linking bugged? Yes, it is right now. And we are working on a fix for that. How did you move those spells up and to the right? Yeah, okay, I can show you that. So, in the Edit HUD menu, what you can do is you can drag out an extra ability bar. That's what I would do. Then you can enable it. You can adjust the amount of slots. So here I had 4, but you could have like 12 if you want. And then if you adjust the rows, it effectively just kind of changes the configuration, so you can do whatever you want there. You could make it take up the whole screen if you want, but that's the idea. Okay, so roadmaps. So I worked for a long time in AAA development. Ubisoft and Blizzard was kind of where I was at for a long time. While I was there, I saw, and not just there, but across the whole industry, especially AAA developers using roadmaps to kind of be a marketing tool in a way that was like, oh, we can bolster the value of this box price that we're asking for if we tell people these are all our promises. I didn't like it, even though I'm not saying it was like bad intentions. I know for at least on the games that I worked on, we were like, this would be so cool, let's do this. But I think there's a bit of a disconnect between marketing and production in that way, where like you think like there's all these great things that you want to do, but the reality is that that's not how production works. You need to be dynamic. You need to make decisions that are best for the game in the moment. And when you make marketing plans for 12 months from now to provide X, Y, or Z, then you pigeonhole yourself into a situation where you have either you're not making the best decision for the game, or you are upsetting players because you've promised something that now doesn't make sense to deliver. So for that regard, that's my first reason I don't like roadmaps. I think they were used to justify box prices in a way that doesn't make sense for players. Number one. Number two is because I don't think that it is the right thing for production. I kind of touched on that in my first answer. But we want to be dynamic. We want to adapt to whatever our game needs at the time. For us to kind of expect that we know a year from now exactly what our game needs is delusional. We have ideas, but if 6 months from now we're like, this is what we need to do, we want the freedom to be able to do it. So on the roadmap question, I think at the core of that, what you're asking is, can you tell us what you're going to be working on? And the answer to that is yes. We will continue to kind of be as transparent with you as possible as we figure out what it is that we want to work on, what it is that we don't want to work on, what we're working on that we're adapting, what we've stopped working on and why, all of those sorts of things. So hopefully that makes sense to you. At the end of the day, I think that's the more player-friendly approach. It respects you a lot more than I think traditional roadmaps do. Do we get new tanks? Yeah, of course. New healers, new tanks, new DPS, new dungeons. Community features like, yeah, various things. But again, we don't have timings for those things. You know? We would love to add guilds to the game. It's on our list, right? But if I said to you, we're adding guilds in 3 months, and it makes more sense for us to add more dungeons instead, you know? Anyway, if you stick around and kind of stay engaged with us, you'll know what we'll be doing that. What about the funding? Do you plan adding cosmetics to fund the game in the future? You can actually already buy supporters packs, which are vanity only things. All of our monetization is going to be vanity only. So for example, right now I'm just showing the armor that I've equipped in the game. But this is one of the supporters pack Mako skins, and we will have more monetization options for people in the future. It's a great way to support the game for people that want to, but you never need to. We're not going to add player power or have things like, you know, locking heroes behind paywalls or dungeons or that sort of thing. Just vanity. Any news on when the 0.1% rewards will hit? So we're going to do a short maintenance patch, or maintenance, server maintenance. Actually won't be like client side anything, I don't think. And those will happen in just over 11 hours. GeForce Now when? I need to check back in on that. Obviously we've had server related issues and that sort of thing. So we will figure that out. Are there new patch notes? There's patch notes from yesterday. Is that what you mean? Are you the Division 2 guy? Yes. And Division 1. I actually joined on Division 1 a few months before it was announced in 2013. Why doesn't the Sylvie skin in the support pack have a cape? That is a niche question. It just probably wasn't part of the whole design. I actually don't think that this has a cape. I actually don't think that. I think that cape is the one I have equipped. Yeah, it doesn't actually fit the set, for example. I'd like to see gear have its own visuals. Is that something that's being considered? It's already considered. You can do that already. So, if you're missing it, if you have your outfit set to no skin, that's effectively what you get. You will always show what gear you are currently wearing. So, if I'm here and I like remove without being rude the stuff that I'm wearing, you can see that that has a visual impact on my character. And then as I equip stuff, more of that. Yeah. I really like it because you kind of see your hero getting more powerful over time. I am brand new to this game. First, I really appreciate you doing these streams and talking to us. I really hope you continue to do this more often and don't lose what you've built here. It's so important to hear from devs consistently. I think no roadmap is fine, but very important to know what's upcoming. Yes, Bren Libby, I couldn't agree more. So, one of the things that I will be doing in the coming weeks and months, I'll kind of be pivoting the way that we're doing content. Like, it's great to jump on stream when I have time. It's honestly the best way that I can engage with a lot of you most of the time, because I get to listen as well. You don't get that when you're doing like a YouTube video, to be honest. It's not as dynamic, and you probably don't want to just base things on people's YouTube comments. It's good, you know. I'm not saying like YouTube comments don't have value in them. Sometimes they don't. So there's going to be a mix of different content to get news out in the way that I want, and also engage my dev team in that, because I think it's important that you hear from them and not just me. And they hear from you as well. So that's there's some shows that I will be developing over time. So much so that I have this that will be helping me be able to produce said shows. So I'm excited about this. This is going to be fun. We will get there. What I want to do is make the shows as reproducible as possible, and we'll get there. What is that? It's a teleprompter. So I can like write some scripts and record stuff really quickly, because that's honestly a huge part of the process. If I can record stuff live with less editing, it'll be faster. Your tech. That's your first time chat? Wow. Almost. Wait, Hamish, are you the only community manager? Yes. We do get a bit of support from the publisher side. So Brad is, you will have seen him on the Discord. He's helping me out a lot. He's in charge of PR, but he's helping me with a bunch of stuff. So we collaborate very closely, and we do have some support from Manny as well. But from the studio, the community team is just me. Yes. Solo. Big solo. I'm solo queue everywhere I go. How many people are currently working on the game? We're about a team of 35. Also, please be careful with your scrapping. It's not the blacksmith for upgrading. Hold to scrap. I am scrapping these because I want the money. Hamish, do you need help on the community side? The best thing that people can do to help is just kind of be kind to others in chat. In game especially, be patient with people. They might be jumping in for the first time. And if they have a bad experience because you are frustrated and leaving groups, or yelling at them for not knowing things their first time in the game, that can be a really tricky thing for people to bounce back from, right? We've seen that in some of the reviews from people. And we know that the onboarding in our game can definitely be improved. But also part of that, I would ask, if you're asking how you can help on the community side, be kind to people. In-game. And here. It's huge. What is your target number of concurrent online users? I mean, that it's just more, you know? Actually, I wouldn't say I have a target number. I would just want to see number go up. That's it. Actually, I want to do it, Rick. I reckon we can do it. And we get 105s. Have you all thought about character-specific tutorials? That'd be great. Again, it takes time. So we, like I said, we're a small team, so we really need to be smart about how we use our bandwidth. But I completely agree that, yeah, anything we can do to make onboarding in our game better is a win. Someone, I'm sure, was asking about buff filtering and stuff before, and this is one of the things that I definitely want on Mako. You can see, like, I'm not doing good buff uptime on my stuff. I want to be able to just see, like, my 2 core buffs, my Earth Shield, and that sort of thing. So what we'll actually be doing, I spoke with the team about that this morning. We are looking at basically a first implementation of this where we could basically curate a list of what we deem as important for each hero. And again, that's just going to be like a rudimentary first pass, and then give that to people. And then eventually get to buff specific filtering that we put in the hands of players. So that would be the idea. What's my favorite dungeon? Probably right now, I really like Everdawn Grove as like the single boss dungeon. On the 3 boss dungeon side, I really like, I think probably because I haven't had a chance to play it in a while, because I haven't been getting that far, but Wrathtide is a fave for me. Do we get armor trims tomorrow? Yes, in about 11 hours, I think. Wrathtide bot's so good. I know. I love it. Oh, I goofed. I whiffed my kick on chat. Whoops, sorry. Gotta use my cooldowns at some point. I know that there's better times to use them, but there's better times to use them, but like I'm also going to be under no illusion that I'm not like at the point where optimizing stuff to the point of not using my abilities is a bad move as well. What is the drop rate for legendaries? I don't actually know. One of the things that I would love to see in the game, like in the future, this is like just, it's not even a quality of life thing, it's not even, you know, important, but for fun, I would love to see super rare items dropping from just random dungeons. So like super rare mounts, incredibly rare cosmetics. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Oh. Okay, I died. My bad. That pool is a lot bigger on Adept. We need to just take him out, then we kind of cut their damage down by a lot. Ooh, they hurt. Maybe let's not stand there. Please kill the desecrator. Okay. These guys still give really good count, right? Yeah. And you're too big to stun. I think like having a like ranged stand in that is probably not the play. Are we getting oceanic servers? I mean, it really depends on player demand. Tell your friends. If we get enough players anywhere in the world, anything is possible when it comes to servers. I think also one of the things to keep in mind is that like, I mean, we're not time box. Is that it's very early days, right? Like, yes, there's a lot of friction mechanically once you get to a depth. That is true. I mean, I'm experiencing it right now. That's why I also wanted to kind of do solo queue stuff on stream. But I think it also goes to show that time is a factor here as well. Generally, the collective community knowledge base just increases. It's just a fact. So, again, that doesn't necessarily help first-time players, but generally over time, people will experience that, you know, there's less friction. Did the Kane patch come out yet, or was it late tonight? It came out already. Why don't we just kill the boss?
sacrifices. Good. Our god hungers.
Tremble before my wrath.
This is your doing, I'll skin you alive.
Any rules. Strike as one.
We need to kick some of them. Okay. We can't do this without a healer. Oh, what? I didn't think we were going to battle Resurrect.
More sacrifices? Good. Our god hungers. True. If this is...
What will seasonal resets look like? Oh, healer left. Oh. Okay. Are there any plans for new classes? You'd love a bard? Me too. There really needs to be something done about serial levers. So stupid to waste time like that. Yeah, no, I understand. We've talked about that. I agree. What's up, Ingray? Yeah, Ingray's using our sweet emotes. Any plans on filler queue to help those situations? Maybe bonus rewards for saving a party? That would be cool. Those would be cool details to add over time for sure. It would help also because then you have a situation where if I join and help someone finish, I'm effectively getting probably some quicker rewards, you know? Imagine if you jump in and just kill the boss and you get a full chest. It's sick. Jay Casador, I mean, I've talked a few times. I won't do the whole roadmap spiel again. Generally, the TLDR is I don't like roadmaps. I think they were used as a marketing tool for a lot of AAA developers. Don't love it. And by not having a roadmap, we can be more agile with our development. But in general, if your question is, will we know what the team are working on and what we intend to do? Yes, absolutely. How do you have your boss HP bar UI that small? So that's actually because I'm on 4K and I have seen the that feedback as well. What's up, Coffee Geek? How you doing? So I probably have time to attempt one more dungeon. How are you going to punish solo people that leave if they only want to queue for one dungeon, i.e. Contender 7? So there's a lot of stuff that we want to do. We've talked about, you know, the potential of adding a timeout for serial levers and that sort of stuff. Yeah, we definitely want to figure that out. Adept Capstone feels so unplayable without pre-mades. I mean, Adept is a huge step up. We talked about that this morning as well. So there might be some more things we need to do there. Could just be balancing, could be other solutions. We're not sure just yet. But I also know that there are people who have gone all the way into Eternal through just solo queue. So it is possible, but
Twin souls, unfettered.
please kill the searing beam. Oh no! Run back to the healer! Can we save the pool? Oof. I think we saved it. This might be a terrible idea. Oh, okay, because we pulled those. It's also one of the things with like, with solo queue, you kind of have to like guess as to what your limits are. Like you don't have voice comms, so you don't know who's who. Probably would make sense to like start off with like smaller pools and that sort of stuff. But again, you don't watch this this stream specifically for the smart pro gameplay. Are there plans to let us modify the cursor? We definitely, well, I definitely agree that the cursor is very small on 4K. I have issues with like losing the cursor. Oh, like, just like that, I lost it. Like, there's something that happens in my brain where I'm like, what's happening? Oh, that one's on me.
Twin souls, unleash.
Or was it a pro butt pull? Weekly, like, so the leaderboard trim stuff is going to be coming at 10 a.m. CET, so not far off. 11 hours, just under 11 hours now. So 86.92. Oh, this is not going to be... Wait. No, I'm losing all this. Yeah, I'm not sure that you're getting... So I saw someone mentioning 1 hour queues. I'd love to know a little bit more about your case because, like someone else saying in chat, even as DPS 1 hour queues is not happening for them. I wonder what your case is. Let's need to kill beams. Nice soak. Team got it straight off the bat.
Stone anchors me, and wind delivers my wrath.
Now that mana bomb. Okay, I've got full stacks of Serenity. We should be... I'll actually save them. Because it's not like I need to worry about my Healer's mana here. They are good. I'll use it now, just so they know to heal someone else. Okay, good DPS deal. Okay, don't have to use my battle res yet. I think... Oh, I don't want to jinx it. I'm not going to jinx it. Let's not jinx anything. Timed and adept. Okay, so that feels good. Time go up all 3. Nice. Yes. Interesting. Looks like America's still climbing. Europe's been rolling off for a bit. Yeah. Interesting to see how many NA players get on tonight. Where can I find the patch notes? So on our Discord, I think, I don't actually know. Do we have exclamation patch notes in chat at the moment? We do, and that is updated. Thanks, Ingray. Ingray's actually the best. I wish there was something that I could do to express my appreciation. Just grab it. Ingray is actually, in actual fact, the best. It's just true. I'm glad that you see it as well. 2 friends I've been asking to try the game just bought it and logged in. Let's go. Yes! Word of mouth is great. So someone was asking, like, what can we do to help on the community side? I said the first answer was be kind to people, especially in game, because it's likely their first time they're playing a game like this. It's highly probable. And I think their first impression is going to be related to the people that they run into quite often. And if they have a great experience by someone saying like, hey, do you need any help? Do you need any tips? Like, yeah, we didn't get the dungeon this time, but maybe like that next time try this, etc., etc. Just be cool with people. It'll come back to you. The healthier our community is because of those interactions, you'll have a better time too in the future. Queues were almost non-existent today. Well done to the team. They aren't existent at all. Yeah. We're not at capacity anywhere, and we're still holding, which is great. Lulate saying, yeah, my first few dungeons were atrociously bad, but people were super helpful and taught you. That is so nice. I am so glad to hear that. I asked earlier but did not hear, is there any update on GeForce Now support? I'm looking into that for people, because it is supported. We are working with them on support, but sometimes it can take a little bit to get up and running on GeForce Now because of some specific integrations. Wrong, I had a 3-person queue. I think there's actually just something on our side that we're doing that just kind of... Honestly, we could just remove that and just say, like, loading, because that's effectively what it is. Don't forget Steam reviews. Oof. Days ago, seeing a comment like that in chat would have made my heart sink. It's been really hard, I think, for the team. I mean, I understand it. People rightly so, have been frustrated with a lot of the server issues and those sorts of things. And so I get the review bomb stuff. It still doesn't feel great. But if you are having a good time in the game, we'd equally appreciate if you let people know. That'd be huge. There's been a few times when we've taken like huge dips. So that's been tough. Hi, is it planned to make a world chat that's alive not only in your town, but you can form a 4-man group out of chat? Yeah, so like chat isn't 100% working right now. Review bombing in early access game is harsh as? It's harsh, but it's not undeserved. I'm not going to like be here and be like, oh, that wasn't something that isn't understandable. Are we going to get a new tank anytime soon? I don't have a timeline for you, but there will be new tanks coming. For sure. Hey Hamish, is the group soak dropping on the tank and tank frontal overlap in last boss of Stormwatch meant to be that way? I would need to ask a designer specifically about that. 2 tanks and 2 healers feels too low with 5 DPS? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but this is the start of early access, right? So we plan, you know, we have a board with like 40 hero designs in the, like, there are notebooks around the office with limitless ideas for heroes. Any word on when chat will be fully working? No, but it is near the top of the list of our priorities. You know what? We should send some gold. Let's sink it into our stuff. Any way to combat people just instantly leaving dungeons after they lose the vote? We'd love to add some sort of penalty there. Hamish, please respond. Sad face. Sorry, Psycho. I'm looking for a Stormwatch champion dungeon already. 8 dungeons left to find the dungeon I'm looking for. Do it make me a bad guy? It's not great. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like it. Though, to be fair, we don't have any penalties in place for you. If you do that stuff in the future, once we have those penalties in, it's not going to be good for you. If you're queuing up using our Matchmaker, you know how it works. You know that there are 3 people on the other end of that matchmaking that are looking to play. Now, I'm not saying we don't have improvements to make. So if you have something that you're targeting, you know, maybe there are better ways that we could do that. But we also, and again, I'm not saying this is a long-term solution. I'm not even saying it's good. I would prefer that if you have one thing that you're looking for, please go on our Discord and jump into the looking for group channels that we have there. We have them set up, and you'll have a better time too. That is true. And like, I know that we'll get like global chat. We'll get chat available to people so they can make groups in the game and those sorts of things. But for now, if you are kind of jumping into the group finder and leaving every time, you are adding to toxicity that's not a lot of fun. Please, if you are targeting a specific thing, jump on our Discord. That'd be great. But I'm not trying to say that as an excuse, because our game should do that for you implicitly. Hey, Hamish, thanks for yesterday. Oh, we raided Lord Peter yesterday. That is true. Oh, gosh, I've got a meeting in 4 minutes. We need to find someone else to raid. Okay. Toxicity is created by the environment, not the people, a great man once said. Yes, that's why I said Ice Tea Fire, this is on us. We don't have anything in place to stop people doing that. So I'm not putting this on the players. We've created an environment where this is allowed to happen. We will try and change that environment. I would love, in the meantime, if people used looking for group, because also that'll be better for them. All right, our server's finally fixed. We have no queues. It's looking good. I'm cautiously optimistic that we are in a good spot. Don't want to jinx it. Don't want to get carried away. Sweat. Yeah, we have some really good stuff coming for buff tracking, but I need to go. Chat might be able to fill you in on that stuff. So, in the meantime, let's go and see. Do you guys want to go see a rank 1 Mara? Like, absolute beast? Wallach is on our community council and is a fantastic Mara player. Let's do that. If you want to see, like, good gameplay, like, Wallach knows what they're doing. Was rank 1, I think pushing to reclaim rank 1. So, let's go over there. Thanks everyone for joining today. I will be back again at some point, and at some point there will be a proper robust streaming schedule and content things. We are just very ad hoc right now as we are going through this launch phase. But servers looking good. Hope everyone has fun. Catch you later. Bye.